Hey, so this is Gabrielle. Um, I've been edit blocked on Quora for a week, and now five of my answers have been collapsed, all of them relating to Islam. Um, I wanted to make this video just to kind of explain to my 800 plus followers, thank you very much for reading my content, upvoting, and supporting me. I wanted to kind of explain to you guys how I'm feeling about that and kind of why I've been edit blocked. I've made a master list of all the questions, all the answers that I've written that have been collapsed. Um, None of them have actually violated the BNBR policy. I've looked at Quora's BNBR policy, and anything that violates that policy would be something that is rude or disparaging or insulting towards a person or a group of people. Interestingly enough, I've never actually said anything bad about all Muslims. When I write about Islam, I'm writing about it as an ideology, a set of beliefs and ideas, which is not a person, doesn't have feelings. It's perfectly okay for me to write stuff like that about Islam. What I find interesting as well is that there's plenty of criticism of Christianity on Quora. People saying, Christians are brainwashed, God is a dictator, God is a genocidal maniac, all these sort of things. And I think people should have the right to say that. I don't have any right to censor that. That's somebody criticizing my beliefs, my religion, and that doesn't harm me, that doesn't threaten me. I support their right to say those things, even though I disagree with that. That's what having freedom of speech means. That's what being secure and confident in your own beliefs means. And yet, there are some people following me, presumably some angry Muslims, who have been reporting my content simply because they disagree with what I write. There was one guy who commented on my answer and said, basically, that he's been reporting my answers because I copy and paste stuff without knowing what I'm talking about. I've read the Quran. I've read some of the Hadith. I'm continuing reading Bukhari right now, taking notes on it. I've taken notes on the Quran as well. I have that all in a Google Doc. So I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm talking about. And even if I didn't, I would still have the right to say those things, wouldn't I? So it's just pretty frustrating because the fact that Quora is pandering to this kind of censorship just makes it such a bad site, I guess. Because this is really what extremists want. I mean, that's pretty extreme, right? Feeling that you have to censor any criticism of your own beliefs, that people don't have the right to criticize Allah, Muhammad, the Quran, and Islamic teachings. Extremists want us to be silent. Extremists want us to be afraid. They want us to be ignorant. They don't want us to be able to fight back because they're fighting not only a physical war, but also an ideological war. They're fighting for their extremist ideology to be on top, to be supreme, they're fighting for their beliefs to come out on top, and they'll do that in any way possible, including censoring all opposing opinions and beliefs. So the fact that Quora is playing into the hands of Islamofascists, it's pretty sad to see. It's just frustrating. I like to write about things that are important in the world, and this is something that I really believe is important. I don't want to stop writing about it because this is what is coming for us. Like, it's happening. Terrorist attacks every few weeks, people dying, human rights being infringed upon in the Middle East, women with very few rights, girls getting married at the age of 10 or 12, girls getting their genitals mutilated, apostates being killed, people being put in prison or killed for blasphemy, or for or for being gay. And I mean, these things are just not right. We have to fight back against these kind of ideologies, and this is coming right into our doorstep. I live in Canada. We've let in lots of refugees, and I think it's great to help people. I also think that if someone believes that apostates should be killed, or that thieves should have their hands cut off, or that gay people should be killed, I don't think that person should be allowed into Canada. And you can see the clash of cultures happening right now in Europe. You can also see in Western Europe, where there's a much higher Muslim population, they're having a lot of attacks, whereas in Eastern Europe, there's a very low Muslim population and they haven't let in many refugees or migrants. And guess what? Have you seen any attacks recently in Czech Republic, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Serbia, Croatia, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia? No. Why? It's because Islam isn't there. There's no Muslims there, very few. So they don't have a big influence. So yeah, I just wanted to give that little update. And I guess I'll be back on in a week. I appealed the decision, but I'm pretty sure that they won't have any mercy for my situation. I mean, I guess that's just part of saying things that people don't want to hear. But then again, if it's something that's so unpopular and uncomfortable to say, something that's fought back against, I think that makes it all the more important. So, yeah, that's my little update, and I'll keep writing again in a week, I guess. Bye.